What's up, tricksters and tricksetas, all of the people watching this in the future. Today we have another free VOD review, presented by favorite and coach, video, you know, all that good stuff. Today at our coaching table, we have our friend Fady. Yes, his name is actually Fady, it's not a demon creeper. He is a diamond chamber clove something main playing on fracture. Today we have a fracture diamond, you know, chamber VOD review. So I'm gonna be we're mainly gonna focus on his gameplay because this is a free VOD review, part of my coaching, and you know, I'm just gonna have the talks with him privately. Today I'm gonna be teaching you how to play chamber on fracture, how to play fracture, and focusing on these specific problems. When it comes to you, Fady, you know, like this act, you've been stomping. You know, like, you're really performing better, much better than you did before. Like, basically, for 2 acts, you've been at a negative win rate, and things are finally starting to click in for you. I really hope that you're grinding on 2 accounts, as I requested from you, you know, like, a few weeks ago. Also, I need to ask, like, why are you not playing Jet? You know, like, we made an agreement with Fady that he is gonna use Jet and Chamber as his main agents. And may I ask, what the fuck is this shit right here? Like, how many agents do you actually want to play in Valorant? You know, like, you can do this when you just want to have fun. You know, if you just want to have fun, fuck around, play with the friends, like, sure, you can play whatever you want, you know? But if you want to be consistent, if you actually want to learn the game as fast as possible and rank up as fast as possible, brother, you cannot do A to Z challenge. By the way, A to Z challenge in Deadlock is probably going to be the first content I'm going to do. So, Chamber, okay. You're getting better with Chamber, obviously. You have much better KD, win rate, ADR. You're outputting the numbers. I don't know, why did you ditch the Jet? Like, ditch the Jet because you just played 6 bad matches. Ooh, I played 6 bad games. Jet is bad for me. Brother, last act you had like a 66% win rate with Jet. I told you that you can get better with Jet a lot. Also, not to mention that you didn't really use my 24/7 support at all. Like, literally, like, I don't remember the last time you shared some kind of a clip or question with me. That is very important if you want to master these agents. So I really have no fucking idea. Why did you decide to fuck yourself up? You know? What's all of this? Like, try to lock in yourself onto 3 agents maximum. Like, 3 agents that are best for you or that work the best for you at that moment of time, and that's it. Okay, you found a new love in your life, which is a clove. Sure. Clove can be a fill agent for you, like a, you know, controller, which you occasionally fill when you don't have a controller in your team. Chamber works amazing for you. You know, why don't we play more Chamber? Jet, you know, you play 6 matches, bro. So what? Like, you maybe played a few bad games with a Jet. Like, Jet is a really good agent for your playstyle and for you specifically. Phoenix is fine, and Raze as well. You know, like, you can also choose something between the Phoenix and Raze, because I also think that these 2 agents are gonna suit your playstyle quite well. But what the fuck is this? Like, Cypher, Fade, Vele. Oh man, okay, I mean, but whatever. I mean, whatever for you. Reyna, Vice, Mix, Brimstone, Sky, Sova, Viper, Astra, Breach, Vito, KO. Come on, man. Like, you know, you need to lock in yourself onto 1 playstyle, 3 agents, and let's try to master them. Like, you didn't properly learn how to play any of these characters. Like, you probably have enormous amount of holes in your gameplay, even on these high win rate agents. Like, you're not gonna rank up fast like that. You know? It's just stupid. Like, pick 3 agents that you enjoy the most at this moment of time, with which you actually have the, you know, you feel that you have a solo carry impact. You feel that you can carry the games. You feel they suit your playstyle, and that's it. You know, like maybe Clove, Chamber, Jet, or Clove, Chamber, Raze, Phoenix, Jet, like Neon. I don't know what you prefer playing at this moment of time. But this is just too much. You know, like this is a bullshit. Like you play this many agents when you just want to have fun and fuck around. Now, when it comes to your performance, this act, it's much better than in the previous one. That's good. Like, all of the numbers are upgraded. Literally everything is looking better, and you are on a right path, my friend. So, the only thing that is still kind of weak for you is, like, I think you have a bit more solo impact. Like, you're still choosing some fights that you don't need to fight. Per match, you still probably die 3 to 4 times when you should not be dead. You can maybe win that fight, you can maybe avoid it, you can maybe fight with your teammates. We have 3-4 deaths that we need to recorrect. I mean, remove from your gameplay. But considering how many agents you played, like, you know, my dude wanted to play 2 games of Sky. Okay, I guess. Clutch percentage is also upgrading a bit better. It will be really good if we do more clip reviews and you know, Q&A. Now, first bloods and first deaths are a bit better. It can still be better. You know, these initial duels, like, you know, this number should be at least 30% higher than this number. 30-40%. Last deaths, okay, we're valuing our life somewhat. Attacker side, oranges. Defender side, good. So, you know, like, attack is your problem right now. And on attacker side, like, you're losing the most amount of your games and rounds at this moment of time. What's up with the weapon versatility and stuff like that? Okay, this is not bad. This is actually pretty good. Maybe we can have a bit more impact in full buy rounds. I don't know how in full buy rounds, like, you cannot keep 75% KST and a bit higher KD, but then in the semis you have like 112. Okay. Vandal, Phantom gun. Try to play more weapons. You know, more weapons, more solutions for different problems. Like, there's no way that a solution for every round are these 4 weapons. Like, there's just no way. You know, like, you play Chamber. Brother, Operator needs to be higher. Bam. Then, Marshall, Bucky, Shorty, Judge, Bulldog, Outlaw. All of the stuff that we talked about a few weeks ago. Come on. You know, like, if you truly want to improve and get better, like, you need to become more versatile. And you need to master these weapons. Like, it's so easy. Going from Iron 1 to Immortal in Valorant. Once you actually, like, learn some of these once you implement some of these very basic rules and topics within your gameplay, like, it's not that deep, you know? Also, Vandal seems like a better weapon for you. If I was you, I would just be playing Vandal instead of Phantom. You should still be practicing with Phantom, and, you know, like, because you're not always gonna have an option to play with a Vandal, obviously, but, you know, if you have an option to choose between Phantom and Vandal, I would choose Vandal if I was you, and that's it. Overall, not bad. Like, just you didn't really follow a lot of the advice that I gave you, and you're still kind of fucking around quite a lot. Like, I guess one day we're playing Clove and Phoenix, and the other day we're playing Viper and Breach. Interesting overall. Okay, we're gonna talk about it through private messages later, but now let's focus on this Fracture gameplay. Oh, we have 4x3. Sorry, chat. Is touch resolution good? Try it out. Personal preference. I personally don't like it, but maybe you're gonna like it. So yeah. Wrestling Gang 2 GG. We'll man. Okay. Let's go. Let's go to the Fracture attacker side and Chamberoni. Pat Greasy. Which rank are you in Deadlock right now? How do I escape silver? By getting better. Okay, let's go. So, you get in... A second. You get in a game of Valorant. The first thing you're asking yourself is, which map are you playing against which team composition, with which team composition you're playing, and what you should be doing and expecting. So on Fracture, you need to remember that Arcade is your main area of the map, A main is your main area of the map. So basically, these two areas of the maps you really want to prioritize on the attacker side, while these two areas of the maps are like a lurking, flanking, splitting areas of the map. Now, early on in B site is your default site, number 1 priority. Number 2 priority is A site. Early on in the match, in the first 3 rounds, you should try to persuade your teammates to do a 5-man push onto the B site through Arcade. What type of a push we should do? It should be either 4-5, 0-1 type of a push. So it is okay if you have one teammate going through the B-man area of the map, not you, that is lurking through B-man and trying to pick the enemies on timing through this area of the map and clearing this area of the map on timing, while the rest of the team should be going onto the B site through the Arcade area of the map. When it comes to the team comps, enemy team comp is okay. You know, like, we need to watch out for Gecko and Reyna flashes and their utility. Chamber and Jet are probably gonna play more aggressively, so we should be expecting some aggressive peaks through the B main, A main, Arcade, everywhere, and we need to be ready for it physically and mentally. And when it comes to Clove, very shit type of a controller, so like, you know, nothing really to worry about there, like, it's just Clove. When it comes to your team comp, quite similar. The only problem that we have in this team is that we don't have any dive agents, dive duelists, but on Fracture, you don't even need a dive duelist most of the time. Like, if you're prioritizing A main area of the map and taking the Sands and main, it's quite easy to split the site even without the Jet, even without the Vele, even without the Raze. And on B site, as long as we prioritize the Arcade and opening up the tower and Arcade area of the map, we're gonna have very high chances of getting some frags, entering the bomb sites, and taking the space. So in this first round, we should definitely be going B through the Arcade, but let's see what our friend is gonna do.
That works.
Okay, when it comes to playing Chamber on Defender side, like, you have only 3 trademarks. Like, literally. Two trademarks. Number 1 trademark that you want to do is this one right here. Basically, this trademark is preventing the enemies to take the ropes and do any type of flank, lurk, like, they literally cannot do shit in this area of the map. They always need to destroy the trademark in order to pass it. Even Jet with the smokes, it's really hard to pass this trademark because of the duration of her smokes, like 3.5 seconds. And, of course, the secondary trademark is just on the opposite part of the map, but most of the times, you want to have this one right here when it comes to stopping the enemy's lurks, flanks, and preventing the enemies from getting on your ass. So, like, in the first round, you really don't need to prioritize the trademark whatsoever. Like, in the first round on Fracture, I would actually play the first round without the trademarks, and just get a classic pistol, get a light shield, and get 4 headhunters. Fracture is a map where a lot of the fights that you're gonna fight are gonna be medium range and close range fights, and this buy option makes far more sense than anything else. You still have 4 headhunters to nail down 1, 2, and, you know, 2 or 1 enemies, and classic pistol with a light shield. You know, if you pick up the ghost from your dead teammates, ghost from the dead enemies, bandit, sheriff, I mean, you're a juggernaut in that round. So if you already want to put some kind of a trademark, and you want to go A, always do this one right here. And let's see what's going to happen, but I really don't know why we're pushing A site in a first round. Now, please, also, this is really bad for the first round. Having anyone in the dish area of the map. If your teammates want to do a 4-man or 5-man push on A, Reina, brother, come with us. Like, there's really no reason in the first round to have anyone going through the dish. It's just a dead waste and just useless. You know, like really no reason. Especially because it's a huge risk going through dish alone in the first round when we have no idea how enemies are gonna fight. Maybe enemies are gonna do my strategy, which is a double push through the dish, and then this Reina, you know, dies instantly. As soon as the round starts, I get the info that you're going A, and I can just easily stop you and kill you in the main area of the map. So, Reina, come with us and let's go A. But the main problem is, like, you never push A set in the first round of Fracture. 5-man push through the arcade. 4-man or 5-man. Now, on Fracture, what you should be really careful and aware of is players really like to lurk, flank, push. You know, you want to expect any type of an aggression from the enemy team. And you always want to expect the enemies up in your ass whenever you have no info whether or not enemies can be behind you. So check your back occasionally. Leo Oxman, what rank is this? Diamond 3.
Enemy A. Reloading. Dead enough.
Yeah. I really don't understand, like, why you were walking here. Like, listen. Whenever you want to shift up somewhere, you want to walk up somewhere, as soon as your teammates make a noise, and as soon as, like, we get some kind of a contact with the enemies, there's no walking anymore. Get ready to fight, run, take space. Like, you're just wasting your time. Especially because in ranked solo queue, like, callouts are usually... It usually goes like this. Enemy Gecko, or whoever the fuck is in the aiming right now, sees one enemy. Hey guys, they're pushing A site. And that's how the communication works in ranked solo queue. And enemies are instantly just gonna start rotating like imbeciles. Okay, that's a good kill. When you're going through the aiming area of the map, please always check this angle and this angle no matter what. No matter how many teammates you have in front of yourself, please just check it. What do you think of rapid trigger keyboard for Valorant? It's okay. You know, I personally don't feel that much of a benefits, you know, compared to any other mechanical keyboard for Valorant, because, you know, there's no movement acceleration. But, you know, there's slight benefits, and if you have a rapid trigger keyboard, you can try it out, use it, like, it's really up to you.
Wingman's planting. Making cover. Trap destroyed.
Yeah. One thing I don't like here is, like, where's the teleport, man? Like, listen, yes, we killed the enemy Gecko, but we have absolutely no idea where's the rest of the enemy team right now. I have no idea, like, if anyone is on the bomb site. Nothing is smoked. Enemies can be dish, CT, tower, sands. Like, if you need to scale up here first, like, just drop a TP and then go out. Like, with the chamber, there's only one mistake you can make: dying before you use your teleport. Literally. Misplacing your trademark, but trademark setups are quite consistent and easy to track, and that's it. Like you're not playing like some... You're not playing Omen, bro, so you need to be hyper efficient with everything. Put a TP here and then go out. Here, I think you're baiting way too much. But once again, like, listen. So your teammates are taking the fights from the right side. Somehow you escape these duels and you live a happy life. Put a TP into the aim-in and then swing and take another fight. Also, what you really never want to do with a chamber is take this type of prolonged fights when you have a teleport. But of course, like, right now we don't have a teleport, so... I mean, we didn't place it. Put a TP in the main and As soon as the mix takes the fights, you swing out the enemies, and now bam. Easy pick.
Enemy spotted. A.
Kinda stupid. You know, like, dying like this when you're playing Chamber is, like, the absolutely worst thing that can happen to you. It's just very, very useless and very, very pointless type of a death. Like, literally preventable. You know, this is one of those, like, 3 to 4 to 5 deaths that you have in your gameplay when you should never be dying. And also, another thing that you really want to avoid in Valorant is being the one that is getting peeked. Like, if you already know the enemy's location, you already have a teleport, swing out. Abuse your own peeker's advantage when you already know that one enemy is here, one enemy is here, one enemy is here. Swing out with a proper crosshair placement. And no matter in what type of a fucked up situation you end up, you can always just TP away. I don't know for what we saved that that teleport, like literally this was a horrible way to die. Horrible. And not to mention that the first round is mega important. We could have won this round quite easily. So yeah. Shame. Now, you know, the best strategy on Fracture in ranked solo queue is pushing the B side through arcade 3 rounds in a row. So you create a bit more of an unpredictable pattern. But now that we pushed A in the first round, let's just go A again, you know? Let's just run it through A main. It is far more unpredictable than, you know, now switching it up and going B or going arcade or something like that. I mean, hell, like, when I'm teaching players to play on a defender side, the first thing I'm going to tell you is to always play A side and dish in the first round. And if you win the first round, second round you play on B. And now you're literally following the same patterns that average ranked idiots are following in solo queue. If you go B now, this is horrible. Also, in this eco round, buying a Marshall with a chamber on a map such as Fracture is just stupid. It's waste of money. If you already want to buy something, get like 4 or 5 headhunters, and that's it. Forcing a Marshall in an eco round is only okay on big ass maps. You know, Icebox, Abyss, and Breeze. But on Fracture, waste of money. Literally waste of money. That was scary, I'm not gonna lie.
100 on Jet.
Smoke's resonating.
Okay, so we got the info that enemies do like to push quite a lot of the dish. Like already 2 rounds in a row, enemies are contesting us in the dish area of the map.
Enemy spotted.
Are we playing in silver? Like, brother, you're taking the space somewhere. Like, check every single possible position where the enemies can be at that moment of time. So, you wanna go through this beam and area of the map. You know, this fight with a Jet was okie dokie. It was okay, whatever. Then, you're focusing on sight. Even if you have like 10 teammates here, like you're never trusting these idiots to clear the angles for you. Like this guy has a potato brain, you know? He has a pineapple head, and essentially, he doesn't know which video game he is playing. Clear this angle on the left side, clear behind the boxes, live a happy life, then focus on taking the tower control, and then we play a post plant and that's it. Also, you know, on the attacker side, you should always be the IGL in the first 4 rounds. When I say that you should be IGL, like, you don't need to make up some 3 million IQ strategies that are overcomplicated. Just the basic stuff based on ranked solo queue data and based on like stats. Like for example, like pushing A site in the first round of Fracture is a bit of a nonsense, And also, you need to navigate your controllers. Like, you need to tell this mix when do we need the smokes and what type of smokes do we need. Like, I have no idea what the fuck is this smoke here when we already have the RK control and the Reyna killed the chamber that was pushing through dish. And we lost this round. Interesting. Okay, so from the first few rounds, what do we know? We know that Gecko is the A main player. We know that Jet is the B player. We know that Reyna is the B player. We know that Chamber likes to contest the dish quite a lot. And Clove, I have no idea where's the Clove actually playing. So, with all of that info, we have quite a lot of options in this third, like, anti-bonus round. Option number one, we can run it down through A-main and try to kill the Gecko again, because Gecko played horribly wrong in the A-main area of the map. Option number two, we can try killing that chamber, and double peeking or triple peeking the dish area of the map and trying to get a pick there. Or we can quite literally do, the 5-man arcade push and just go through the arcade, take the site, take the B-man with one player, and then take the tower, and that's it. So any of these options are fine, like, as long as we don't default or do some kind of a bullshit like that. I don't know. Listen, you need to keep on Fracture the trademarks like here and here because of the zip lines. Like, when you have this trademark doesn't do that much because enemies can still bum. Or we are going A, and then enemies like bum. Okay, zoom, sorry, my bad. So, trademarks like here and here. In this round, if you wanted to get a pick somewhere, you should have picked the dish area of the map and try to get a kill there. Like, basically the setup that you can use in this round is like, okay, you want to get a solo kill onto the enemy that is always peeking the dish area of the map. Put your trademark right here, so the enemies cannot flank and lurk behind you. They cannot backstab you. Put your teleport. It's not possible anymore, what the fuck? Just put your teleport here, it really doesn't matter because of the trademark. Swing out, get into this position, and try to get a kill onto that enemy chamber. I mean, your teammates are also going onto the A, through A main area of the map. We need to support them. We need to clear the dish, or make some pressure in the dish, before they start going out. Okay, listen, here. Your position got compromised. You didn't get a pick. Just reset yourself. Take the rope silently and go towards the A main area of the map. Your teammates already got a kill. They are 5v4. We really don't need to risk any type of a solo play at this moment of time. Your teammates did a play that you should have done. Also, we didn't have money for heavy shield. This was also mega dangerous, what you did here. Like, so, it is 1:23 on the clock. Chamber teleported away. Here, you cannot be running with your knife out. Like, it takes only around 7 or 8 seconds to walk from this position all the way to this position. Even lower than that. Like, at this moment of time, an enemy can be looking at you ready to peek you. So whenever you're making some kind of a solo play in this upper part of the map, you always need to, you know, be ready for any type of lurks, flanks, pushes, everything. And a gun in the hands, man. Well, once again here, like, you're kind of baiting your teammates way too much. I mean, your teammates are fighting. You keeping your location a secret doesn't mean a shit if your teammates are gonna die. Brother, put that teleport here and just swing out. Take those frags and close out the round. You know, fuck it. Fuck it. Like, especially in Diamond and these lower ranks, like, you cannot really trust your teammates to win this type of fights. Like, your teammates are quite literally fighting 2 versus 3. Put a TP, take the fights on their contact. We have some kind of a crossfire setup. We can play easy reflex. So yeah.
Just stop him as peak everywhere.
One enemy remaining.
He's in.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh.
I don't know why do you have an allergic reaction to using your teleport more to take the fights. Listen, try to always prioritize the dish area of the map. Fuck the B main. Like B main, you only prioritize and you only play in B main when enemies are way too repetitive by peeking this area of the map 24/7 and you want to get a free pick there. Otherwise, taking this map control is far more important. So right now, you should be giving your teammates in B main this trademark and scaling up through arcade with the rest of the team. And whenever you're doing some kind of a split on B, it should always be some kind of a 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2.
Spike dropped. Show me a target.
If your Reyna died in that arcade fight and your teammates got cooked in the arcade, how are we gonna take the B-side control? We don't have a single dive agent. Enemies can just lock us down with, you know, smokes and just hold us. It's so much harder. And please, if, you know, try at least to tell your controllers when you need the smokes and what type of smokes do you need. Like, just try. It doesn't cost you anything, you know? Sometimes they're gonna listen to you, sometimes they're not gonna listen to you. It's fine. But how the hell are we pushing through the choke point without a smoke for the generator and canteen as well? I mean, thankfully you have a teleport, so, you know, with a chamber, if you have a TP and you're this overexposed, sure, like, you can try to pick the fights and TP away if things go south.
Enemy spotted.
Also, keep in mind that during the B set executes through the B main area of the map, you really want to try saving your teleport for this position right here. Because in this position, you just have a maximum radius where you can actually scale out however you want. You can scale into the smoke. You can go from the left side, you know, engage the enemies like this as well. You can go from the front and just straight up go tower. Also, if you have time, you know, this TP down here is also amazing. This teleport usually you want to use like when your main idea is to scale towards the generator and towards the canteen. Like you want to play a bit more aggro, you can use this teleport before the execute. And then, you know, with this TP, like, you can quite literally pick these fights without any problem. And still reset yourself for another fight. Why did you teleport here?
Enemy spotted.
Okay, first thing I need to ask you is why are you even picking these fights? I mean, okay, you have a teleport, but why are you forcing yourself to waste your teleport for a bad fight? Like, how do you plan to react on the enemies that are peeking you from this angle, and this angle? You can easily die on timing from some random jiggle peek, dead zone peek. Like, if enemies are already giving you time to breathe and to get on a better position, I get here, so you had this type of a teleport. It was somewhere here. Get onto this spot. Really good. You know, now we can swing the enemies on left, swing the enemies on right. You are abusing your own peeker's advantage, plus the teleport. You reset yourself, and then, you know, you can just run back, help your teammates out, or you can maybe go for some kind of a flank and lurk, go reset yourselves towards the arcade, keep your location a secret, etc, etc.
Enemy spotted.
But why are you forcing this fight so much when you're exposed from both this and this angle as well? Like in Valorant, you never want to take these fights. Ever. It's just stupid. Because you don't know who's gonna peek you first, and you're gambling a lot. Even if you have this chamber's teleport. Okay. This was also bad. I mean, like, on the attacker side of Fracture. Until the moment of time when you see all 5 enemies on the minimap. Always expect that there's probably some enemy behind you, lurking, flanking, or doing some shit like that. So here, gun in the hands. Like, you need to expect that one enemy can be here, and will be here. And you need to clear all of these angles, one at a time. Like, look at that guy. Look at that guy. Imagine if this gecko was a bit late, and at this moment of time, bam, gecko is staring at your soul and taking it away. You need to be more mentally and physically ready for this type of plays. Like, Fracture is really a map where, like, bro, I want to sneeze so hard. It is insane, man. I have some allergy, man, like to sweets. I need to stop eating that shit. Fracture is really, you know, a lurking, flanking type of a map. Players like to push a lot, which is not a bad play. It's pretty default type of shit. You need to be ready for it. Maybe he's cheating, you know? Maybe he just knows that Gecko is already on the left side.
On tower.
He's pretending, you know, like, now I'm gonna pick the knife out. I'm not gonna pre-aim the Gecko.
One enemy remaining. There.
Smell some pepper. That actually helps when you wanna sneeze.
Airforce ready.
Now listen. This is a 101 mistake that you can make in the early stages of the game. Hunting for the pointless kills. If you lose this gun, yes, you're gonna have a full buy in the next round. But if you lose the next round, you're gonna have shit in the round after that. Like, your main focus, beside winning the early rounds, is also building a very strong economy. Like, here, just get away. Let your teammates hunt. You don't care what your teammates are gonna do. Fuck it. Stay alive, make sure that we can have a full buy for as many rounds as possible. It's not like that chamber has an operator, anyways.
Såg hon inte? Jag såg inte så
Okay. Okay, so with the chamber,
Så går ni inte.
like, you always want to have the shorty as a primary secondary weapon. When you have like a Vandal, Phantom, you know, automatic weapons, snipers and stuff like that. You always want to have at least 4 headhunters with yourself. And this light shield, we should not be upgrading. You know, if you already saved the light shield from the previous round, and we still don't have a really strong economy, you can just keep it for this round. It's fine. So once again, we kind of know how the enemies are playing and what, you know, how they're positioning in general. You know, who's playing where. Enemy team comp is pretty, you know, it's a standard ranked team composition for like ranked. You know, it's not good at all. Like, they're lacking some kind of a real sentinel. They're lacking some kind of a better initiator and better, like, you know, some stunts and flashes. Against this team comp, you really don't need to complicate that much. At least not in the first 4 to 6 rounds. In the first 4 to 6 rounds, try to do some 5-man executes, mainly through the aiming and arcade area of the map, and see how that goes. If enemies have this bolognese sauce of team comp, bro. I was playing Swift Play, 2 teammates rage baited the fuck out of me, so share some abusive slurs and shameful words, and then I got 1 week ban from team play and comms. Papito, give some suggestion for having better mental for a shit game like Valorant. But brother, you don't interact with other players in competitive video games. Like, when you play competitive video games, you're playing with 4 AIs against 5 AIs. Like, you don't look at these players like humans. They're subhumans. Like, they're animals, essentially. You don't interact with players in any way. Opinions don't matter. Nothing matters. Like, you just give comms, you give info, and that's it. And they give info back sometimes. Sometimes. But you know, that is the best mentality to have, like, when you're grinding any competitive video games.
Det är som... Vet inte vad Econ.
This play that you're doing here is like, you should not be this player. You know, going through this beam area of the map. Like, it is far more important how we are taking the arcade and how we are taking the tower, rather than when are we gonna lurk up through this beam area of the map. Like, it's much better right now if you maybe put Reyna onto this mission, or ISO. And you, with your teleport, you're trying to get the kills and trying to take the space, you know, onto the tower, onto the bomb site, and so on. Also, listen, like, whenever you're fighting for this space alone, you should always fight with a teleport. Like, if you're alone and you wanna peek out immediately, you need a TP. Once again, your trademark should be here, covering, like, all of these angles. And what you can do is you can hold this tight angle here, just for the info. Try to go for 1 tap, bam. If an enemy peeks you, put a TP, swing out, try to get 1 more kill. If none of the enemies peek you, then on timing, as your teammates are taking the space here, start walking and start taking more space. Especially because here, like, you know, Gecko can pop flash you from above, Jet can peek you, you're dead. Okay. Listen, before you peek into the... You know, before you find yourself into this position, where enemies can peek you from the site, behind the box, generator, canteen, place this TP, or, you know, place this TP before you even go through the beam area of the map. You need to fight, man. Like your teammates are fighting for their lives. We need to pick these fights. But as I already said, always prioritize arcade instead of the B main. Always. Teleport fight. Teleport. Where are you going, bro? Teleport fight. Your teammates are stuck on tower. And also I need to mention, like, what's up with our smokes, man? How we don't have a smoke for anything? Please, the only teammates that you need to micro-correct in ranked solo queue are the controllers. You need to tell them what type of smokes do you need and when do you need them. At least you need to try. Like, that's like a bare minimum when it comes to team play and comms in ranked. That's cool, mostly, man. I generally don't know, like, who are you searching for right now? Like, your teammates are fighting for their life. You could have easily gotten a kill onto an enemy in generator or canteen by peeking that enemy with a teleport. You play way too passive, way too scared. You have a TP, bro. What are you scared of? You know? Okay. Player is holding me from this position. Teleport. Crosser ready for this shit. Dead zone peek. One burst fire. One bullet. Let's try to get a kill.
Daytime.
I mean, one of the main things that you really want to do with Chamber is trying to use his teleport at least 2 times during 1 round. So at least 2 times we should have an option to potentially get a kill. Even here, I don't know what you're waiting for. You got cock blocked by the enemy smoke. You still have a teleport. Your teammates are dying on the tower. When are we gonna make a move? When our whole team dies and we end up in a 1v4, now you save. Now you go back into the B main and maybe you can try spraying through the smoke because the spike is planted for you and maybe trying to win this round. You know? Just maybe trying to, you know, kill one guy here, then with a teleport trying to kill another guy, then, you know, maybe trying to clutch this shit, but we're definitely not peeking through this smoke. And we're definitely not playing inside of this smoke because now enemies can spam us and kill us. This peek was a Sudoku. Absolute Sudoku. Like, you're 1v4, enemies can be tower, site, on the right side, canteen, generator. This was a... It's really interesting that you survived thus far.
Fuck! I couldn't come away.
Eh. Change the trademark positions. Domo arigato.
You want to play? Let's play.
That crosshair placement is for Yao Ming. You know, like, if you want to hold the peak of the enemies from the dish, your crosshair should be somewhere here with the operator.
Oh, peek me, bitch.
No.
Peek me, bitch. Peek me, bitch.
Peek me, bitch.
You disappoint me.
When are we gonna start using our teleport? Like, we have one ability on this agent. One ability. So we kill this clove. Put a TP on the right side here. And we can start going out. We can start taking more frags, you know? Actually peeking these angles. Really, see you next time in.
Cutting their vision. Plant the spike.
One flank on B.
There.
I don't think he crossed.
You know, this is horrible. Ah, my cam went black. Okay. You got blacked. How did you know? Did you watch my latest video? Like, it's really concerning that you're willing to take this type of fights in a 4v2. You know? I just can't imagine what type of fights you're gonna pick with Clove, Jet, Raze, Phoenix, etc, etc. So the problem is, like, I'm not shitting about this because, you know, is that important at this moment of time? I mean, you're 4v2, Reyna is there to refrag you, it doesn't matter. But these type of bad habits are quite repetitive. And when you notice that something is so repetitive, like, this is the reason why you die on other maps as well. Like, you need more safety for yourself. Like, you cannot be so overexposed without any escape tool, like playing some off angles without a teleport, engaging 4 enemies without a TP. That might be the problem on the Jet as well. Like, when you activate a dash ability, are you using it enough to fight the enemies, and when are you using it?
Enemy remaining.
Or maybe he did. Oh yeah, he's main.
Okay.
My ult's not ready.
Can I buy?
Don't place this teleport ever immediately at the start of the round. Because if enemies are not gonna peek you in the B main area of the map, you might just waste it. A much better idea is to just hold this angle, wait to see if enemies are gonna peek. If they're not peeking, okay, let's go, you know, let's take the space. If they are peeking, go for one shot, instantly reposition with a knife, put a teleport, be ready to swing again. What you can also do, especially if enemies are holding you with an op, you can try to go for a jump spot to bait out the shot, and then take a fight.
Oh no, okay, so I need to pre-aim. Okay, there we can.
Get out of my way!
I need to pre-aim for the Jet.
Hi, Charlatan. I have been using your OFA for 3 months now. My aim has improved drastically, but I still struggle with micro adjustments. Any other tasks that I can do to get a better hold on it? I have a lot of aim training routines for that. Remind me about this tomorrow. Like, tomorrow I'm gonna give you a list of some Kovacs tasks that are good for that.
Could be flanking me.
I'll give you like 5 or 6.
But I don't have
6, 7, huh?
multiplayer.
You're a crazy motherfucker, man. What I like in your gameplay, and what I like the first time when I watched you, is you have a lot of confidence. You know, you're not scared to take the dumbest fights ever. Which is good. But what I don't like is how you're taking these fights. And when are you taking them? So that's a real problem. Like here, for example. You're alone going through a B main area of the map. Relax a bit. You know, we have a controller in our team. We have mix. Let's just focus on the site. Let's see if any enemy is maybe gonna rotate between these two positions, or if any enemy is gonna peek us. But we cannot find ourselves in this position when we don't have the site control, tower control, and we have no smokes for the generator and canteen. How do you plan to kill an enemy that is peeking you from the bomb site right now? And how do you know that there's no enemies on the site right now getting ready to peek you? I don't know, you don't know, we need to be careful. Also, always reset the chamber's teleport as soon as it becomes useless. Trademark as well. Here, you pass the teleport. You want to scale up. Already at this moment of time, you're resetting the teleport. We don't need it anymore. And we're going to have it again after 30 seconds. We cannot let the enemies that are maybe lurking and flanking through the aim and area of the map destroy the teleport, because then you will never have it. It's always going to be permanently gone for the rest of the round.
But I don't expect him to play here. Oh my god. But I don't expect him to play here.
That was more of a movement terror than anything else. I mean, you can also see like on the shooting ref as well.
Oh my god.
I'm too far.
He could be Gen.
He can be sight, man. Like can we check the sight? Okay, Gecko checked it right now. Always, for the shotguns, always use the circle crosser instead of this one. I shared with you one video where I explained why this is important and why is the circle crosser better.
One enemy remaining.
And also I need to ask, why are you hunting for so many pointless kills? Like, just look at it this way. So in this round, I invested 5,700 credits. I got a heavy shield, and I got the operator. I won the round. We're 5 versus 1. I also have the ultimate as well. Why do you need this last kill? Why would you be hunting for this kill anyways? Round is over. Let's save this money. Let's save this operator into the next round and live a happy fucking life. And if we are gonna hunt this club, let your teammates go in front of you. Be ready to refrag them, be ready to support them, and okay, we can hunt the club together with our teammates.
One. Maybe save my.
Not to mention that Clove could have killed you, picked up the op, saved the op for the enemy chamber, and then in the next round, the enemy chamber is mowing down your teammates.
Open spawn.
What do you need?
That works. Dream big.
So listen, it's been 7 rounds already on the attacker side. Enemies are never contesting us in the beam and area of the map. Like, they push beam and area of the map like 2 out of the 7 rounds. Every round, they are contesting us either in arcade or in the dish. If you already want to make some kind of a solo play, that's a much better gamble. But once again, we don't need to make a solo play because enemies are shit. We're executing the bomb sites like this. So right now, just play with the rest of the team through A-main and support them. Not to mention, once again, we don't have a dive agent, dive duelist. In those type of team comps, a lot of the times, you will have to act as a duelist with a teleport and take some initial fights and clear some initial angles.
Make it happen.
Looking for the one piece, bro.
Also, this peek that he is doing is one of the worst peeks you can do. You know, like, this B-man fight never works in a favor of a player that is attacking. And what now? You see? Your Reyna got a kill in the dish. You should have been the one getting that kill. Easy read based on what enemies did this whole half on a defender's side.
I should. Okay, so Reyna is fucking.
Reloading.
Oh
They
my
found my
god.
trap.
Listen. Whenever enemies are flanking you, So this is a really good situation. So basically, your Gecko is on site with a spike. Your ISO is here, and there's like maybe 1 or 2 enemies right here. What should you focus on? Obviously, playing with a Gecko and making sure that he stays alive. Like, if enemies are so far away from you on a flank and lurk, you always need to focus front to back. Like, basically, you need to first clear everything that's in front of you. Like, try to take the bomb site control, tower control, arcade control. And then we're gonna worry about the enemies that are coming behind us later. Especially if you have a teammate such as Gecko that is going into the enemy's ass with a spike, you need to support this guy. Always.
Next.
And then once we plant the spike and clear the tower and site, then we can, you know, look at our ass.
Show me a target. Stopping fire.
Stabilizing.
Stabilizing. Enemy spotted. Defender spawn.
Also, I would really recommend you to make this op circle a bit smaller. You know, I really wonder, how are you holding tight angles with this big of a circle?
Stopping fire. Destabilizing. Enemy spotted. Defender spawn.
One enemy remaining.
Was that a teleport usage?
I am not.
Fifth one is a lucky charm.
One enemy remaining.
God.
They are shy.
So,
Not
What's the enemy economy?
you Gecko ISO?
A bit of a halbay.
they are shy.
Listen, when you're clearing angles in Valorant, one thing that you really need to get good with and to practice in a custom server, deathmatch, unrated, whatever you want, is like how you should be cutting the pie and when you should be stopping. Like you need to develop a really good feeling for the angles. Like here, for an example, he stopped here. He stopped here, for an example, with his movement. On this position, an enemy that is holding you from here can potentially see your shoulder. And he is more ready for this fight than you are. So you really need to pay attention on the angle perception advantage and disadvantage when you're clearing the angles. So if I'm clearing this area of the map and I want to engage the enemies here, okay, I can hold this as my initial angle and try to get a pick and info here. Bam. Then if enemies are aggressing me, I can use a teleport, swing out, take another fight. Okay, no one picked me. Nobody picked me. Okay, I can start scaling up. Crosshair here. Shifting, keeping my location a secret. And then in and out. In and out. A bit wider with a silent step mechanic. Like, I'm not gonna do this and then stop here. And then do this. And then do this. In and out. A bit wider. As long as the silent step allows us. Ooh. Brother, I cannot wait to start with the Deadlock coaching, man. Like, literally, that game is gonna be so fun for coaching. Because the game is more about the macro play. And I love shitting about that so much.
Be careful, drop chamber.
Also, this is a horrible way to clear this area of the map when it comes to movement and peeking. So, here, we need to clear this angle from the further wall. In and out. Bam. Then, we need to expect enemies to be on all of these positions. And also on this off angle. Right here. Then, when you clear all of that, you expect an enemy to be into this position. And then you clear this position. Like, you're never clearing this area of the map from the closer wall. Is there an overwhelming amount of items to learn, or would you say it's not too bad yet on Deadlock? It takes you around like around 200 hours to actually learn like all of the fundamentals of the game, you know, or at least to start being aware of all of these fundamentals. The game has a really, really steep learning curve. I'm not gonna lie.
Chamber.
I don't know why you have an allergy reaction on the teleport. By the way, when you're going for the dish, like, which teleport should you use? You use this teleport when you don't have the smoke for the CT. You know? And when enemies can be CT. Yes, it doesn't allow you to scale that much into the site. And to get, you know, you can only get this cover, take this fight, but that's plenty enough. You know? Like, basically, what else do you need? Where else you're gonna fight the enemies? Then here, here, up there, and on the stairs. Plus, you have a teleport to, you know, go into the CT and surprise the enemies with some safe aggression. So usually this one is like more optimal one. This is exactly what I showcased right now. So when you're taking the A site through the dish, the first thing you want to do is this teleport. Then you check, you know, the sands, tower, CT. Then you can drop down here. Then we can take this as a cover to clear these angles. And then we move in. But as you're moving in, you're checking this angle and then instantly flicking up to check this corner. Is it worse than League? Yes.
One flank. Through drop.
I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say. On the attacker side, like, you really need to start being more aware of this teleport. You're in a 4v3 post plant. First of all, why are you even holding this angle? Why are you allowing the enemies to jump spot you and then peek you in the middle of nowhere and they have an advantage in that fight? Second of all, you have a teleport. You know, let's drop this TP now into the aim-in. And now I can hide. You know, like we can put it, whatever, like we can put it on site. It literally doesn't matter. We can hide. Let the enemies run a bit. And at the moment of time where enemies are fully overexposed, they're fighting our teammates. They're in some kind of a crossfire. You just peek out. 3 kills. Have more safety. Here as well, like, this is also stupid. Like, Jet killed your teammates in the aim-in. And you want to force this fight. How do we force this type of fight with a chamber? When you have a TP? With a teleport, obviously. Like, you can quite literally just do this and instantly swing out. You have one free fight. One free chance to potentially delete one enemy. what's really fucking you up like during the fights is your movement, you know, like you're moving a lot, and you're not really being super accurate like with some of these initial shots. Like your first 1 or 2 shots like always go to somewhere else.
No.
I'm playing with a playlist in background. High volume.
Police, megaphone, telephone.
Always be ready for an early peek to the arcade area of the map, and always jiggle peek this angle. Always, like literally, you're going through the arcade, gun in the hands. You're scaling from the right side, holding this, then you move left, in and out. This angle first, then this angle, then this angle, then this angle. In the same time, you're checking the tower, and then we're ready for this fight.
Yeah, but today eliminated from World Cup.
Is
If you've been mentally and physically ready for that fight, you probably would have killed that chamber, but you know, my dude is chit-chatting with Reina, and yeah.
low chamber, like at 90.
Also, this trademark is mega dangerous, man, that you're placing.
Oh.
You really like to spend you really like to spend enormous amount of time in these overexposed type of positions. Like, if you find yourself here, you need to make some kind of a move. Like, we have no tower control. Enemies can kill you from the generator. Enemies can kill you from behind. Right now. It is always better to die in the process of repositioning rather than dying on a bad position. Try to take tower. Try to go through the arcade. Try to take space here. Play behind the box. Hold the tower. And on timings, try to fuck up the enemies left and right. Reset yourself if your teammates don't want to push B anymore or they got stopped. But you cannot spend more than 2 seconds, 3 seconds on a position like this because of this.
120 and 40.
Battle.
Fader, jag kanker fader, ikke onuk.
That works.
Brother, especially in this round right now, the peak that you're gonna do is a Sudoku. Absolute Sudoku. Like, enemy chamber has the operator. All he has to do is hold this angle. And you're dead.
You want to play? Let's play.
Brother, that was so close.
I think,
That works. You want to play? Let's play.
Jet.
Smoke's resonating.
He's lucky.
Wait. So you wanna tell me that your spike is in the B main, your mix is there already. We somehow, for the first time ever, have both smokes ready for the execute, and your decision is to go underpass and help Reina. So what are you gonna do when Mix and Gecko die, and they leave the spike on the B side? That's Mix.
Yeah.
Attack coming.
I know, zoom, yeah.
Teleport's
I
ready.
got tower. It's free.
Okay. This was not that bad. You know, how you clear some of these angles, like this was okay.
Nice.
It can be a bit more methodical and a bit more, like, you know, precise, obviously. Like, especially when you were clearing these type of positions, you know, like, clear them a bit deeper and, you know, expect enemies everywhere. But, whatever. At least we're trying. Okay. You know, when you take such a deep position, sure, you can play on timing, you can play on the enemy contact, and especially if the enemies are running at you, you can do this. But now that your position is compromised, let's reset a bit, put a teleport somewhere, and take a safe fight, instead of forcing a 50-50 in a 3v2.
Good shot.
Nice.
One more spawn.
Low cortisol.
One is up.
So here for an example. Enemy chamber is in canteen. Enemy clove is in the CT. We're stuck in this position. What do?
Too far.
We place a teleport on our feet. And on timing, bam. On timing, bam.
One enemy remaining.
You don't want to wait for the enemies to peek you. Ah, that's... this is the peek that we do.
Oh my god.
Last player standing.
No, I'm selling.
I don't know, man, like literally, when I watch this gameplay, it just seems like you don't give a fuck. You know? I mean, if you're farming clips for a TikTok or YouTube, like then I guess it's fine. But if you just want to get better, improve, like you really need to start being more methodical and more efficient. Who are the best players in any video game? Players that learn all of the fundamentals of that game, that implement all of the fundamentals properly, and that can execute these fundamentals to the most efficient levels possible. Like, those are the best players in any video game. Brother, like, you spit on all of that. Like, you're like, fuck everything, I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Ooh. Laffy, I think it's stressed.
I will come on.
Get out of my way.
Pick me, bro.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, when you're clearing the angles and engaging the enemies, I kind of feel that you do it just for the sake of it. You're not really expecting the enemies to be there. You're not clearing the enemies with an intention to get a kill. And for that angle to be cleared. You just do it because, you know, I told you that you should clear. You should check these two angles. And you do this, but then what? Rather, like, you know, when I'm clearing these angles, I'm already mentally and physically ready for a fight. I'm already imagining all of the possible variants of how an enemy can be holding me here. Up there, down here. And I'm ready for both of these duels. Then, when I'm going here, I'm expecting an enemy to be deep on that angle. Then when I'm going here, I'm expecting an enemy there. Same for any area of the map. And my, you know, pointy finger is already ready to press that mouse button 1. Like, I'm already hovering over it, and I'm consciously reminding myself that I'm gonna be fighting the enemies on these positions. Like here, for an example, if I'm clearing the arcade, as I'm doing the peek, I'm already ready to press the mouse button 1 and to get that guy out of the server. This guy as well. This guy as well. This guy as well.
Come on.
Get out of my way.
Pick me.
Rule number 1 in Valorant. On the attacker side, defense as well. Expect enemies everywhere and anywhere until the moment of time when you have absolute info about all 5 enemies. Until that moment of time, anything is possible. It's ranked solo queue, and you should not be dying in such a stupid way, you know, such as this one. Especially not when you are the first contact with the enemies.
Pick me, bro.
And you're playing chamber with a teleport. So yeah, generally speaking on the attacker side, like, utility usage is like 0. Very meaningless. Usually with chamber, like, you know, when you're playing with your team, like, and when you're scaling alone to some of these areas of the map, you don't need to use these instant teleports. You know, to fight here, to fight here, to fight here, to fight here. Like, these type of teleports, you only use when you're like 90% certain that we're gonna be getting a contact with the enemies in some of these initial areas of the map. They're gonna be fighting us, you know, here, 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 and here. But if you don't if you don't have that info, or enemies are never fighting for these areas of the map, you don't just, you know, save your teleports for the default TP spots. On Fracture, you don't have that many. Like, basically, this is everything that we have on Fracture. Like, when you're taking the space, and when you want to fight enemies, like, on the bomb sites and a bit deeper. Like, literally, this is all you have. And of course the one on the dish. Trademarks go here and that's it. Most of the times, like, you want to prioritize this one, and this is like a secondary priority if most of your team is on upper side of the map. It's that simple. Angle clearing, kinda 0 points, you know? Like, you really need to focus a bit more on practicing, like, proper and more mindful angle clearing in a custom server, unrated matches, swift play. Unrated and custom is the best, you know. In deathmatch as well, you can try practicing that. And in this game, in this specific match, you made so many mindless plays that it's insane. Like, the problem is, like, okay, we're winning. Enemies are shit, obviously. But the problem is, like, when you do these undisciplined plays, when it matters and when it doesn't matter, you're always going to be undisciplined. You're never going to be building some consistent playstyle, consistent gameplay. And at the moments of time where when these undisciplined plays are actually going to cost you quite a lot, you're still going to do them. So you need to think more. Do I really need to push into the city? Do I really need to take this fight? What are the numbers? What is the enemy's economy? Where is my spike carrier? How deep are my teammates into the enemy line? Should I follow them up? Like, the whole match, at least this game, it seems like you're autopiloting. It seems like you just don't give a shit. I mean, if you want to play for fun, you know, then I don't know why we're doing all of this, then, you know? Then just play for fun. Okay, now we are on a defender side. But before we begin, Fady, like, I've noticed that you're really speaking too much to yourself while peeking, while playing, while fighting. Maybe you should save that energy to actually focus on the game. Focus on what your teammates are doing. Focus on what enemies are doing. And actually focus on fights. You know? Like, you're not streaming, you're not making content, so, like, you can relax and chill a bit and focus all of your strength onto actually doing what matters at that moment. Now, on a defender side of Fracture, your default side number 1 priority is B side. Number 2 priority is A side. What you truly value on this map is the, of course, arcade and A-main control. One of the most default plays that your team should be doing on this map is fighting for the A-main control. That is something that enemies were not doing while they were on a defender side. And defending the A side without the A-main control is hell of a time. Now, in the first round of Fracture, you should always do a double two-man push through the dish area of the map. So, slowly on contact. Shifting. Shift up. And then, based on what happens here and here, you decide what to do next. So, if you don't see anyone in the dish, and there are no enemies in the A-main, you continue with a push, and you're going on a very, very fast flank and lurk behind the enemies. And we're trying to pinch them, and we're trying to, like, you know, we basically have this whole part of the map then. And if enemies are not here, then we know that all of the enemies are A-main, and, you know, we can just do a fast rotation and play the retake. If you get a contact with the enemies in the dish, no matter what is the result of that fight, you should always back away, back off, and focus on fighting for the sands with your teammates, or wherever your teammates are at that moment of time. If you don't see anyone here, but enemies are in the A-main, once again, you just back off and you're focusing on defending the A side. In the first round with Chamber, you should once again just go with a classic light shield and 4 headhunters. As soon as the round starts, you're basically putting this teleport right here, but you can also use this teleport here. Why is this a better option? Because if enemies do indeed go onto the A side, you can always drop down and force so many different fights with this teleport. So, round starts. Hey, Reyna, can you slowly push the dish with me? You walk up here, and then we swing out together, take this info, take this contact, and then we decide what to do next. This is the absolutely best first round strategy that you can do on Fracture, because we're not giving enemies any free map control. We have an option to go for a very, very fast flank and lurk. We instantly get some info about the enemies, and yeah, you know, pretty much everything is safe. Doing the B-man peek in the first round is an absolute nonsense.
No on B.
Also, statistically, just based on the ranked solo queue data, in the first round, you should always expect the A push from the enemy team, or some kind of a play on A side. Like 60 to 70% of times more, ranked solo queue players are more keen and they're leaning to pushing A compared to the B. When you're placing your teleport, always try to get the most out of it. You know? Like, for example, how do we get the most out of this teleport? By putting it here. And, you know, we have a lot of info. We can still fight on the A side. Done. You want to peek the B-man area of the map with a teleport. Put it on this upper position. Right here. And then go for a peek. Because once you teleport, you still have an off angle from which you can peek the enemies and hold them above the smoke. And then you can reset yourself and live to fight another day.
Yeah, they can stall.
Link at the club.
Very good that you reset your trademark as well. Like, as soon as you get the info that Spike is going somewhere, that enemies are doing some kind of a fast 5-man push somewhere, reset the trademark as well, because trademark is a really good tool for clutches and for revealing the enemies.
Spike down A.
Levitate, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. Just a second. Sorry, chat. I have no idea why stream is lagging, but we gotta finish this this VOD review. Yep.
Good.
I don't know. Like as already mentioned, I just don't know what you're doing. Like here, okay, we go onto the tower. Now we need to expect, like, so whenever you're retaking the A site of Fracture, you should always mainly focus on taking the sense control first from the tower. We need to clear this angle, these angles properly. We need to expect the fight here, fight here, fight here, fight here. You clear all of these angles. Then we can drop down. We need to expect an enemy in the smoke. We need to go sideways into the smoke, ready for any fight in this area of the map. You play like you genuinely don't give a fuck.
Good.
Enemies push through the sand. Like 15 seconds ago, an enemy can easily be inside of this smoke. You also saw
Good.
the enemy jet here.
Bye.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, also, keep in mind that even during the easy games, you know, even if a match is easy, like you're easily like taking the frags, enemies are bad, you should always try to maintain your level of focus equally. Like, you never know when the game is gonna turn into a hard match, when your teammates are also gonna stop giving a fuck and making some bad plays. Like, the easier the game is, the more focus you need to have. Because the more mistakes your teammates might be making, and also enemies might start playing in a very weird way that might surprise you. You know, like maybe enemies are also, you know, enemies are gonna give zero fuck and just start rushing you down, picking you like imbeciles. So you need to be ready for everything. Now, on Fracture, like, if you lose the first round, second round you always play on B, mainly defending the arcade and tower area of the map. And if you win the first round, you play on the A side. And if you lose the first round, you play on the A side and you play some kind of a classic shorty headhunter strategy. Because you won the first round. Like in this round, what you can do with Chamber, you have a lot of options. Really, you have enormous amount of options. Like option number one, you can go for a Marshall and Heavy Shield only. And maybe like 2 or 3 headhunters. With that option, we're saving enormous amount of money. Enormous amount of money for the round number 4, and you can get the operator already in the round number 4. If you don't want to save the money for the op, like op is not your highest priority, then in a second round you can go for the Bulldog Heavy Shield and utility. You can go for the Stinger Heavy Shield and utility. You can go for the Spectre. You can go for the Outlaw with a Light Shield and utility. And you can also go for like a Judge Heavy Shield, Headhunters, and Trademark. Choice is really yours. Personally, with the Chamber, I would most of the times go for a Marshall. The second. Most of the times you should go for a Marshall, Heavy Shield, and some util, like 4 Headhunters, or 2 Headhunters and a Trademark. You drop the Trademark for the B main, right here. You put your teleport here or here. We take the fights in the arcade area of the map, holding this angle, trying to get a pick there. If enemies are not going to arcade, or we get a kill in arcade, teleport, take this off angle, reset the TP, and now from this off angle try to get a few more picks.
Spike down A.
On site, both.
Spike
Now, the only reason why I was not shitting about this push is because enemies are eco anyways. You have a Marshall, your teammates are pressuring the enemies in the A main, so whatever. Literally, like, whatever. But you should, when you were here, you should have resetted both your teleport and trademark as well, and pick it up back.
Spike down A.
So we can have them for this retake.
On site, both.
Spike planted.
You know, here, you know, in these anti-eco rounds, when enemies don't have a heavy shield, you don't need to fight with a headhunter. You know, you can use the headhunter if you miss a hip fire shot with a Marshall. Or a quick scope with a Marshall. Yeah. You just need to go for the body shots.
Oh my god.
One enemy remaining.
Or ace shots. Now in this 2v1, we need to wait. You know, in 2v1s, whenever your teammate is so far back, your only job is to wait, stay alive, and wait for that teammate to come towards you. So right now, the only thing you need to do is put a teleport right here, but we don't have it, obviously. Put a trademark here to reveal if the enemy Clove is maybe in some of these angles, but we don't have it, obviously, because we didn't reset them. So the only thing you can do is like hide behind this box, keep this information, and just wait for your Reyna to rotate.
Nice.
In this round, you should have like bought the shorty as well. Like whenever you're playing with a sniper on both attack and defense, get a shorty, sniper, and headhunters. You quite literally have a weapon to fuck up the enemies in every situation and every fight. Now, because enemies pushed A site 2 times in a row, we can use the rule of 3 executes to pre-assume that in this round, enemies are probably gonna go B. So once again, we need to play on the B side. And once again, we should mainly prioritize fucking up the enemies in the arcade area of the map instead of B-main with our teammates. And generally speaking, like, where do you place a trademark on like trademarks on a defender side? So you're fighting for arcade, trademark here. You're fighting for B-main, you put a trademark like for the arcade at the start of the round. You know, round begins, put this trademark and then go B-main. On A site, you're fighting for this. You can keep your trademark for the sense area of the map right here. You can also keep your trademark for the A-main area of the map right here. And if you don't have anyone in the dish, you should always keep your trademark right here for the dish, you know?
That's a good spot.
This trademark that you placed here literally does nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know, that trademark is just useless, whatever.
On 40.
As I already mentioned, like, try to, you know, maximize the efficiency of your teleports. Like, if you want to peek beam in, put this teleport. If you want to fight passively on the site, maybe use this teleport. And then, like, we can try to F up the enemies from this position, and then do this. Like, you can also use your teleport for this, then place your teleport on that's a bit harder, but it is doable. Like, you can place the TP for this position, then from this spot we can try to get one pick. We can maybe hold this angle and then peek the enemies, and then from this spot try to get one more kill. don't know, like, first mistake that you made here is like, whenever you fire one bullet from the outlaw, you should always reload that bullet if you have a bit of a downtime. If enemies are giving you time to breathe. Because reloading 2 bullets takes like 3.8 seconds. It's enormous amount of time. So here, you shot the Jet once. Okay.
40.
Now, reload this bullet. Reset the teleport as well. Reset the trademark as well, because this one is useless. We don't want enemies to destroy it and then we don't have it anymore during that round. And I don't know, why are you instantly leaving the site? You know? Like, you could have easily repositioned towards the backside, and from this spot, try to go for 2 more shots. You know, doing this and this. This. Surprising enemies on timing. Like, you could have dealt around like, what is that, like? 420 damage. 420 damage with 3 body shots. And then with the Headhunter, we can try to finish some of these enemies. Even if you're playing alone on the site, with so much damage, like, you know, you can easily fuck up the enemies. Plus you have the Gecko to play with you, we have ISO as well, and if you already wanted to position somewhere passively, like you don't want to engage the enemies alone, a much better idea would be to reposition towards the ISO. So that we are at least keeping the Arcade control and the tower control, and we can maybe go for some fast flank and lurk through the underpass. We can help the ISO and maybe kill some enemies here. We don't know if the enemies are going for the 5-man push through the B-man right now. You gave them a lot of space for free. Plus, if you had a shorty, you know, with a shorty, we could have easily went for a peek here, and then maybe try to reposition like towards the tower, and on tower, you know, peek the enemies with the Headhunters a bit. They're coming, bam bam, that guy is dead. Another free kill for you. This could have been prevented, you know? We could have saved the life of our ISO. We could have kept the whole arcade control. And now winning this round will be easy peasy. We'll be in some kind of a 5v3 with a full arcade control, ready to go for this retake. Immediately.
Spike planted.
My ult is ready.
Like, generally speaking, on any bomb set in Valorant, as long as your teammates are fighting for some area of the map, you don't need to leave the site control to the enemies. You can just focus on fighting with your teammates for that secondary part of the bomb site. And you don't need to fight enemies alone. Here we have a teleport again. We should use a teleport and then scale out. Teleport is also a really good recon tool. And a tool to give your teammates the confidence. Like you can go in, you know, vaguely clear the angles left and right. And when the enemies peek you, even if you're not ready for a fight, you can escape. You got the info about 1 or 2 enemies. Now it's gonna be easier to go for the actual retake.
Careful, mate. Careful.
Tower.
Why would you be picking this type of a fight? You know, without TP. Like what you should have done in this example was just put a teleport here, scale into the site, clearing this angle. Then from this position, we can take a fight in the B-main. You know, if the guy from tower is fighting us, we can take this fight as well. Then reset, then we have a second life, then we can take another fight.
Careful, mate.
No reason to lose a life in this
Carmine.
initial fight.
Tower.
Last player standing.
Okay.
I mean, with Chamber, same as with a Jet, like, whenever you don't fight with your teleport ability or dash ability, you could have done something better.
Should be fine.
Here also, like, you can maximize the efficiency of your teleport a bit. Like, for an example, if you want to aggress the enemies in an aim area of the map, you can also put your teleport here, for an example. You can put it here, for an example. So, when you peek into the fight and take this fight, you get instantly a secondary off angle here. You can get one more pick and then reset yourself.
That works.
As I already mentioned, like, when you don't have anyone fighting for the dish area of the map, place dish trademark always. Always.
Should be fine.
That works.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna talk about this through private messages when it comes to your mechanics.
Now I need to run for my life.
Chill, chill.
Player standing.
Chill.
I don't know here, what are you fighting with? First of all, if you have a Bucky and ultimate, you really don't want to be on top of the site. Like, because on top of the site, like, you have zero cover, and it's super hard, like, to isolate, like, 1v1 fights. You always want to try fighting from this position. And on this range, you can just hop onto the enemies as they're going out and delete them with a Bucky. You can also isolate this fight, take this as a cover, isolate this fight, take this fight. It's just easier moving around the pillar rather than moving from the stairs.
Chill, chill.
Last player standing.
I mean, we would have known about that chamber if we actually had a trademark in the dish, you know. When it comes to your mechanics, like, your micro adjustments can be a lot better. Like, same as how you play the game. That kind of reflects on your mechanical skill as well. Like, you take your shots, like, you're focusing on speed way too much compared to precision. Like, you just take your shots, like, however you want. It doesn't matter where is the crosshair, like, it doesn't matter how good is the flick. You just fire your bullet. Movement, what is that? You know, stopping and shooting, that doesn't exist. So, we'll need to focus on that with some kind of a training.
Yeah.
Low ball sack.
Okay, in this one I'm playing on the B side. Solid idea. Just keep in mind that on Fracture, whenever you see that enemy Gecko has the ultimate, chances that enemies go A is above 80%. So in this round, a bit better idea would have been that we play together with the ISO, taking the full dish control and getting the kills here, while putting the trademark right here for the aim-in area of the map. And of course, we put a teleport on this position, and if enemies are going A, we can fight around the teleport. And we also the peek into the dish is pretty safe.
Guys, please. It's okay, focus.
Get out of my way.
I think they will push B.
Okay, so what's the problem with this fight?
They will push B.
The problem is, like, okay, this is not a bad play. You know, you can peek the arcade, like, aggressively, sometimes, you know, and you can, once you clear the arcade, like, you have a lot of info, and you can go for a fast flank, fast lurk through underpass or through the top side of the map. But once again, the problem is like,
Get out of my way.
when you take a fight like this,
I think they will push B.
for which you're not ready, as you're pressing your mouse button 1, you're pressing the teleport as well. Instantly. Like, there cannot be any delay. And also, these type of solo plays, you really don't want to do when you don't have really, like, any idea where the enemies might be going in that round. And how many enemies you might be fighting. Because it is far easier to get more efficiency out of the Chambers teleport, like, with some of these semi-aggressive, semi-passive setups. Like, for example, you know, like, as already mentioned, like, you put a teleport here, you take this fight, very safe fight, instant secondary off angle, we can maybe take a secondary pick, drop down, third pick, like, you abuse 3 very good, like, tight angles, off angles, and a teleport, to get, like, a potential kill, and only then, you're forced to take some kind of a 50-50 fight, and to fight with your teammates. There's also an enormous amount of spots on the site, like an enormous amount of these type of setups that you can use to get the most out of your TP ability and to fight like 2, 3, 4 fights that are safe fights before you need to commit into some 50-50 fight.
Oh my god. I took too long.
Listen, like, the play that you're doing right now is okay. It's fine. Just the problem is, I mean, enemies have the Gecko's ultimate. I don't know, if they send the Gecko's ultimate through the dish, we're gonna be wasting our teleport a bit. No? Through the send, sorry.
The hunt begins.
That's A.
Yeah, I think it's it.
They have Gecko ult.
Okay. We got a bit lucky here. Now, as soon as you kill this guy, you should have also destroyed that Chamber's TP, so he doesn't have a TP for the execute. And pulling out the Headhunter here to take one more frag is the best thing you can do, obviously. I mean, like, we're now in the numbers disadvantage, we need to try getting a pick with this TP. Try to take this type of fight. You know, as long as you don't commit too much, you just go for one bullet, 90% of times you're not gonna die. Like, on the minimap you saw that one enemy is here. You have this teleport. Okay. We kill the Reyna. Teleport. I can just do this. Maybe you get a kill, maybe you don't, but at least you tried. You know, if you don't try things out, especially these type of safe things, like it's a safe place, you're never gonna get any additional kills. Especially in this situation, like where like we're in a numbers disadvantage, like you need to force at least one fight with that teleport. And also, once again, I don't know how we don't have a trademark for dish or any information in the dish area of the map. Now listen, never play inside of these smokes unless you're ready to scale out and go out. I mean, you're just risking getting spammed, getting killed by some random bullet flying in your face. It's just a nonsense.
Spike planted.
Or a guy killing you like that.
Spike planted.
Yeah.
And then
That works.
Bro, play shit.
Okay. When it comes to the enemy's pattern, like 4 rounds ago, they started going like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know, like every round they're changing their pattern. Like, one round they go A, one round they go B, so in this round playing on the B side, it's totally fine. I really have nothing against it. But I don't know why we are starting so passively when we have a long-range weapon and we can maybe get some kills in B-main and arcade. Kick skill. The stream Deadlock. I'm gonna start making content for Deadlock as soon as I get at least Ascendant. When I get Ascendant, I'm gonna stream my grind to Eternus. And yeah, so that's the plan basically. But I'm not gonna start it before Ascendant. Right now I'm Phantom 1.
Enemy spotted. B. Smoke's
Why the
up.
fuck should I play Shadow? What is it?
Yeah, they are Gecko and Chamber. Planting.
Listen, whenever you're rotating from A to B or B to A, and enemies have already taken the bomb set control, you need to always be ready for peeks from canteen, generator, tower, and CT. Which means that you need to have the gun in your hands and be ready with a crosshair placement for that peek.
Spike planted.
What?
Smoke's up.
Last player standing.
Okay, that was a really good flank and lurk from the club. Like, they never did this, they never did this before on the attacker side. This is the first time, so whatever. You know, an enemy makes a play like that. Very good play, very good timing, nothing to do about that. So, usually, when your game starts falling apart like this, on a defender side of Fracture, that means that we need to start playing more aggressively. And we need to fight for some map control. A-main, dish, or arcade. We need to take any out of these three parts of the map. Right now. Immediately. Together with our teammates, of course. So right now we can do a double push through the dish, go all the way into the arcade, take the full topside control. We can also fight for the A-main. You know, tell the mix to smoke here. Where the fuck is the mix? Tell the Gecko to play A as well, to maybe drop a Molotov onto the enemies here. Let's stop them. Let's try to fuck them up. In arcade, let's try to do a double push. You know, let's put a teleport here, which is a really good teleport to push the arcade and push the underpass as well. If you want to push underpass, you usually want to put it here. And, you know, ISO, let's push arcade together.
Okay, just hold it like.
Listen, this trademark, always put it in the center here, so the enemies cannot. It's mega hard to be smoked off and passed, almost impossible.
Okay, just hold it like that. And play.
I love that we somehow are playing more passive than in any other previous rounds.
Mix, wait. Wait to mix, wait.
And especially in the games where enemies like to fake a lot and default, you know, taking the space with one of your teammates or multiple teammates is the best thing you can do on Fracture. And the main problem of Fracture is like, you know, there's like 4 choke points that are all practically main choke points, you know, like main areas of the map. So we need to keep some level of info and some level of map control. At least jump spotting the enemies, you know, like in arcade, in main, dish, and B main. Like that's like a bare minimum.
Yeah, they're entering.
Gecko going nuclear, huh? And mix.
Spike dish, spike dish.
Spike spotted. B.
Looking for chamber.
We have a teleport. We're playing chamber. let's put this TP here before we end up in some fucked up situation. Hello, my New Year's resolution is to goon less to your gameplay. Thank you, man. Yo, Danny Wolfsy, man. Chat, sorry for the bad stream, like, the quality is shit, but I can only fix it by restarting the stream, but anyways, we're close to the end of this VOD review.
Guys are going.
Right here, right now. Here's a heal.
Info club.
I mean, holding this angle is totally fine if you have a teleport. But since you don't have a teleport, we need to hold it in a bit safer way, which is by jiggle peeking this angle.
Bro. Careful drop. Maybe close smoke. Trap.
Enemy spotted.
So B.
I don't know, like here, you really wasted a lot of time. Like, if you had this teleport, right here, you know, you don't see any enemies in the arcade. You can scale up a bit forward, pick up a Vandal, you know, check the B main, get some info, maybe reposition towards the Gecko, and we can defend the B set from tower. Like, Gecko is holding this, you're holding this. We have a trademark for the dish, and the only position to which enemies can go is like aim in, and that's the only thing that your Reyna should focus on. Like, we're way too open here, like fighting too many 1v1 fights in a 3v2. Plus, you still have a headhunter when there's like 3 weapons laying on the floor of B site. Good shot though, good shot though. Like, that was a nice shot.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
30 seconds left.
In, on site.
Chill.
How many?
You need to start thinking more about the TP, man. Like, I'm sorry, but, you know, like, that's the whole gist of the chamber. Like, the best chamber players are so who are the best chamber players? The best chamber players are the players that have great positioning, great angle clearing, and reaction time mainly, and crosshair placement. Great chamber players are the players that can get the most out of the teleport, out of the trademark, and that can abuse every single weapon in the game. Because anyways, you have the headhunters, you have the ultimate as the operator, you know. That's the whole point of the chamber. Versatility and efficiency with utility usage. It's not like you need to think about, you know, 20 different stuff. Like with Omen, you need to think about a lot of stuff. Chamber is very linear, like, very basic stuff.
Where is the spike?
No info. Oh, I think he has it.
Last player standing.
No, nice try. My bad, my bad.
Also, listen, in this 2v1, your #1 priority should always be to connect with your last remaining teammate. Like, the reason why you need to connect with him is so that you're able to fight every single fights on the same angles. If you're going from the arcade, well, from the canteen, and your teammate is going through the generator, you don't see if the enemy club does this type of a peek. You don't see if the enemy club kills your Reyna from this angle. But as long as you boil down your gameplay to the bare minimum and just simplify it as much as you can, like I just reconnect with the Reyna here, you can just run towards her, like, you know, club is not gonna hear you anyways. Now, every fight that Reyna takes, I can take as well, instantly, and play on a perfect refresh potential.
You want to play? Let's play.
Be careful in the chamber.
Okay. I have nothing against this, like, you can hold this off angle. Just, if you want to hold this position, you know, this passive angle in aim in, I would hold it with a teleport up here. 100%. It's too much of a risk, you know? Putting a TP here or here. Like, you can just hold this spot. Enemy peeks you. Bam, take a kill. Instant off angle. We still have a trademark there. And we can try to get something more out of it. Or just a bit more passive teleport, because you cannot put a teleport into aim in here and here if you're gonna hold an angle like this.
You want to play? Let's play.
Be careful the chamber.
My ult is ready.
What the?
Listen, usually, if you get a kill like this in the aim in, like, you should reset. Like, don't put yourself in some kind of a one and done position where you're conditioned to hit a shot. We have a 5v4, now 5v3, numbers advantage. Your job is done. Just go here. Now from this angle, we can try to get one more pick. From this angle, we can try to get one more pick. From this position, we can try to get one more pick. Then we can scoot onto the top of the site. Try to get a pick from here. Try to get a pick from here on timing. Much better than putting yourself in this spot where you're obligated to hit a shot. I don't know why enemies didn't run you down here and then kill you.
What the fuck was that?
Maybe they go B.
What's the bug, bro? Holy shit. Reyna was in main earlier, but...
Well, a huge problem here is that one guy opened the doors of the sands. So if the doors are open and you have no sands info, we need to be ready for a fight there. And clear it, maybe?
What do you have?
One enemy remaining.
Okay, that's the Reyna. Okay.
Sing.
Yeah, man.
Kebab.
Yeah, kebab. Eat my kebab meat.
Listen, if you're going for a peek in the aim area of the map, it should always be a fast peek. Like, as soon as the round starts, like, you should swing out and take this angle. Like, if you don't do that, or just go for a jump and take this, you know, a deeper position. If you don't do that, like, I mean, you're gonna miss a timing onto an enemy that passes you here, and that's gonna be a potential problem.
Maybe. Delicious, brother.
Nice.
One drop.
One dish.
That is why, you know, you put your trademark here. Because this, like, there's no way to pass this trademark with jet smokes. I mean, there is a way, just it's super hard, and you know, I really don't think that, you know, like, Diamond Jet players are gonna do that properly. They'll just have to destroy it.
Drop. Close. Drop.
Okay, man. Fady, listen. We need to continue our talks through private messages. There's so many stuff I need to recommend you to do differently. But mostly with the Chamber's utility, like, you're super inefficient. You need to focus more on using better trademark setups on Fracture and better TP setups and getting more out of the teleport and fighting a bit safer fights. You're way too sloppy. I don't know, like, it feels like you genuinely don't give a fuck. Like, you're just taking the fights however you want. You're disregarding, like, 60-70% of the rules that I share with you and that I taught you. Like, you're just, you know, taking any fights that you want. Team play is also bare minimal. Like, it really doesn't exist, to be honest. Like in this whole game, 90% of fights that you were taking were some solo fights. You're not concerned what your teammates are doing whatsoever. Like, whatsoever. Especially on the attacker side, like, you just let them do whatever the fuck they want, and you rely way too much on them to take valuable space for you. So yeah, we'll see. Like, through the private message, what I'm gonna recommend you, like, and also when it comes to the main agents, like, I really don't know why you're not locking yourself onto actually mastering 3 characters. Like, why do you play 15 agents in Valorant? Jett, Chamber, and Clove. Done. Period. Like, even Chamber, you didn't master properly. Like, even with Chamber, like, utility usage and pathing and scaling up, like, you make a lot of mistakes. So, yeah. For the second YouTube channel, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. This was another free VOD review, very basic one. Like, anyways, I need to talk with this guy through private messages. Yeah. Join Discord for coaching, all of that good stuff. And the next VOD reviews are going to be much deeper. Like, we have a lot of tier 3 sub VOD reviews and to do. See you next time. Roll the closer. Bye-bye.